Hello, I'm Craig Heffernan. Let's jump right into it and lay some deck boards. In this video I'll show you a deck floor that has a border around the perimeter. The border is made out of 5/4 by 6 premium decking, which is the same material as the main floor. I start by ripping a square edge off one side of the decking board. I'm taking off about 1/4 of an inch, which will leave the deck board around 5 1/4 inches wide. This square edge is where all the flooring ends will butt in nicely. The board is set against the post standing up with the square edge facing down. I then mark the top side of the border where the post will be cut out. This 2.5 inch mark is made from the rounded outside edge of the border and will end up having a 1 inch overhang past the frame. I use a circular saw to get a straight square cut first, then I finish it off with a jigsaw. I pre-drill partway through with a 5/32 bit, even though the screws are self-drilling. When pre-drilling, the wood will not split and the screws will seat better. The decking screws are 2.5 inches long and are ACQ approved to use on treated lumber. Now I'm going to start the adjacent border on the front of the deck. I use 2 deck boards together. One is the border and the other is the first deck board. You do not need to square an edge on this border because it runs parallel to the deck floorboards. The post holes are cut out together on both the border and the first deck board. The same measurement of 2.5 inches is used on the outside of the border to give it a 1 inch overhang. I know this must look tricky, but it's simply a matter of transferring your measurements from the 4x4 posts and frame to the 2 boards. The first deck board is cut to size to fit to the first border, and the second border is cut around the post and mitered back to also fit the first border. The boards were left a little long to the pool side so I could scribe and cut them exactly a 1/2 inch away from the cap. The angle of the first deck board is used on the next 5 deck boards. I cut them and then put them into place, keeping them a 1/2 inch away from the pool cap. When decking is first purchased, it contains a ton of moisture. Make sure you put the decking tight together. It will shrink later, leaving a nice 3/16 inch gap for drainage. So the first 5 deck boards are fastened in place on the pool side and left long on the border side. You can now cut each board to fit the border exact. When I run into a pool cap, I have to scribe the next 2 deck boards to maintain that 1/2 inch even space. Well, that's how you build the step. Make sure you watch the final part 4 when I wrap it up with building and installing the rails in between the posts and how to build a gate. I'm Craig Heffernan and thanks for watching. And please subscribe to my channel, it's free.